Okay, wanted to get a quick note on here about the Zoom live intensive workshop on understanding your relationships, your symptoms, and the intimacy connection between those two. With this last 9 months of my life, I've had massive aha moments and breakthroughs and winks and shifts and changes and things I've worked on and things I've completely changed at the deepest levels of me that I've never seen before in my entire life. So valuable that I would relay those changes and efforts with one-on-ones, with full evaluations, and it's helped me change how I address the medicine that I do, even just from basic injuries to full-blown symptoms body-wide. And there are effective measures to go about doing this. And running the new information and the understanding across friends and across old clients and even within clinical work that I'll do, there's this big, holy shit, this huge, like, wait, what? Kind of a response. And I'm like, God, and I just couldn't ignore it enough. And I'm like, well, can I do this in a group format without sacrificing quality? Because that's the thing with these Zooms, is I want to bring the information in a way, delivered in a way that we can broadly scope over, groups of people rather than doing intimate one-on-ones, but without sacrificing the effect, the quality, the depth, because I won't do that. That drives me crazy when we lose quality for just massive production, and I cannot do that. My body just will not let me do that. My mind and soul won't let me do that. And so over the last, 3/4 of the year, I've been thinking about it. And even just every time I sit and do a full eval, or every time I sit and try to catch people up with follow-ups, and this is an area that we end up going into, and how it all intertwines with your comprehension of what your symptoms, where they're coming from, even how you prescribe your daily essentials from nourishment to training, and how your body's affected, and then tactics you can go about and how to, see these things. The breakthroughs in it are so profound, including in my life first, and then just into the one-on-ones. I'm like, you know what, enough. And I had a long discussion with a buddy last night, and I'm just going to act on this because this is huge. Huge for human, huge for relationships, huge for men, huge for women. But again, just connecting the dots on how relating to another can play into your symptoms of healing, your actions and your changes, to then be able to communicate this stuff comprehensively to anybody, so that just stuff starts to make more sense. And when it makes more sense, there's less hurt, there's less confusion, there's less fear. And if that's something that even just that alone I could pass on to anyone willing, it's freaking worth it. And so again, I've been deliberating on this for quite some time, and I'm gonna pull the trigger on it. So we are going deep. This might be one of the deeper ones that I've provided of all the Zooms so far. Still just as practical, because you will get hard clad applicable exercises on and ways to change the deepest levels of you and your mind and your beliefs, and then your actions, feelings after that, so that you can apply them into connecting with other humans and make sense of why you respond the way you do, why they respond the way they do, and then how to communicate that, and then what your workload is, what their workload is, what yours together is, and then how, again, moving forward, if you choose to do so together, how moving forward will look, how it can look, and what you could have access to. Because again, that's again, just this last 3/4 of the year, to discover what I've discovered about myself, about the human aspect of this, and then the changes that I made, and continuing to make, starting to make, have made, and then just the ahas, to be able to break that down into a Zoom. It's going to be huge. So email me for details. There will be a Q&A as well, so up to 3 questions. Email those as well once you register. October 4th, so it'll be getting back from Wimberley, getting back from Texas, and we're diving right into it. I was going to do it before, but I wanted to give you guys more than 2 weeks to kind of prep. But again, this section of non-negotiables, this section of our daily essentials, relating to others, to ourselves, is going to hit deeper than maybe any of the other essentials outside of training. And you'll see how we even intertwine training and how your daily prescription of training is affected, can be affected, and then can be utilized and dosed within what's going on here with your relationships with yourself and others. So be prepared. Because again, what we're touching upon and what we're going into and what you're going to hear about me and what you're going to see from my experiences is going to be the most personal and deep, as we go into the understanding of this. So, again, I mean, I even chatted with a buddy last night and then dreamt last night. It hit into my dreams and it just made sense. And then I woke up and just had another conversation. I'm like, all right, we're going to do this thing. Because I feel like I'd be withholding if I didn't give everyone access to this. Obviously, if you guys could do a full eval, we do follow-ups, and this is an area that we get into, you get the full go on this. This is how we're able to do it in a general fashion, but still effective and not sacrificing quality. Because again, I will not sacrifice the quality of what I do for a living, and what I do to deliver for group, for mass production efforts. That's just not how I will do things. So email me, info@TommyJohnIII.com. Looking forward to hearing from all of you, men and women. But again, this is not a man only kind of a thing, but I'm coming from the male perspective in this. And you guys will be like, holy shit, I cannot believe that that's me. This is what and then for you, any women wanting to understand, even more so, it'll just help explain a lot. It'll help to make sense. And as I said, when we can explain and make sense comprehensively, a lot of the confusion and hurt will dissolve. So looking forward to working with everybody. See you there.